Background check for college. So in this video we're going to go over the types of background checks, or the types of records that are common to a background check, whether it's for a college or school or whatever it may be. And so go to sheriffsdepartment.net, and what we have here is we have resources, official state resources for all 50 states here. And I'm going to go ahead and select a random state here. Most states will have a very similar structure and very similar databases. So based on Maryland, you should be able to do this in just about any state there. Your first option you have available is to do an instant name check. This is very quick. It's a nationwide check. It looks at public records and it looks at some private databases also. So it's a mixed bag of all kinds of information, and it will give you pretty much instant results. So that's one thing to check out. I like to use both. And then you can go to a more localized search, like a state search or a county search. And when it comes to background checks, you have your essentials like court records, recorder's office, criminal records, driving records, business lookup, incarceration records, sexual offender registry. And then at the county level, if sometimes, for example, if you're doing court records, if they don't have a statewide database, you would have to search county by county. So we have the most populous counties for each state. We have the information for the populous counties, and you might want to take a look at those if there isn't like a statewide check available for court records or property records or things like that. So let's take a look at probably two most sought after would be court records and criminal records. Obviously everybody is probably going to check the sexual offender registry, incarceration records, things like that. For college, maybe driving records aren't always necessary, or business lookup isn't always necessary if you're trying to verify a business or a doctor or some kind of license. You want to use the state database to do that. A lot of times you can do that for free, so it's still an option there. When it comes to background checks, each state will give you some variation of a background check that you're able to do statewide. Typically it checks for criminal records, and it is limited to that state. So if people do move around these days, people travel, so there could be records in different states, and so it's a good idea to get that national like a big overview, and then if you need to zoom in on a particular state or a particular county, your local resources are going to be the most up to date, probably the most accurate. Well, they are the source, so I'm assuming that would be the best way to go about it, but they are going to be limited to a particular state. Next you have court records, and sometimes states will give you an opportunity to search in one database. You're able to search all counties and all case types, so like civil, criminal, traffic, things like that, all in a single database. Not all of them will do that, but these searches are typically free. Sometimes at least the docket search is. If you need more details about a particular case, sometimes you will need to make special requests to get like the actual digital copy of the court case. So it just depends how deep you want to go with it, but the court record search options are there for you, either at the state level or the county level, and they do include criminal and civil records. Another database would be the recorder's office, and this is land, real estate, paperwork, document based type of a database. You have driving records, you have incarceration, which would be prison records, and these can be searched for free. There is a difference between jail and prison, so if somebody gets arrested for say maybe driving under the influence, they're not necessarily going to prison, so they might not show up here. They would show up at a local sheriff's department website if they have an inmate search type of a database, and again, you can check the county records for that. But if somebody gets caught for, say, burglary, and they have to serve a sentence like over a year, they would be in the prison system, and so they would show up here in the inmate correctional department inmate locator. You have also sexual offender registry database, and all states will have some kind of a centralized system that you can use for free, so look into that. So there are all kinds of records that can be looked at locally, and we have done the research for you, so it saves you a lot of time, and it also helps you out because not everybody knows exactly what databases should I be searching, what should I be looking into. So we have taken the crucial and most sought after record types and found these databases for you. So background checks, criminal court, inmate search, vital records, warrant search, things like that. So I'll drop a link in the description for sheriffsdepartment.net, or just type it into your browser and come on over and see what we have to offer.